Welcome to a special spring break episode of Booty Talk. I'm Haley Williams, and I read Postmaster so that you don't have to. Now, I don't have a ton for you this week. And you know what? Honestly, I don't need to have a ton for you. It's spring break. You don't need to be watching some stupid YouTube channel. You need to be outside enjoying whatever weather Texas provides for us that day. This week, if you happen to be in the Dallas area, you can have a little bit of Southwestern with you if you go to see the Dallas Rhodes Scholar Lecture featuring Dr. David Gaines. He will be talking about his book In Dillontown, and if you happen to be finishing some of his assignments over this week, this might be a good way to score some brownie points. And if you're staying in the Austin area this week, but you don't want to take out another loan to go to South by Southwest, don't worry about it. There are plenty of free events you can go to, and you can find those events listed by day at explore.sxsw.com/free-2016. And for those of you who will be using spring break to catch up on all of your work and TV shows like I will be doing, I thought I'd do something kind of fun to give you a little bit of a reprieve. I've compiled a top 10 list of all of my favorite memes and vines from the past few months that I've been using to help me ignore the fact that life is meaningless and we're all going to die. This is a list that I'm calling Things That Make Me Laugh When I'm Crying About Capstone. Okay, so number 10 is an ode to one of my favorite movie scenes of all time. This is number 9. It's called Tractor Training, and it's from one of my favorite Viners called Regal Joe. He'll be showing up a couple times on this list.
She thinks my tractor's sexy.
This means don't come back here. You get souped up by a vacuum and a cheese grater.
This is number 8. Y'all, what happened to Randy Jackson? I'm going to take this opportunity to formally start a Twitter campaign to get Randy Jackson his own HGTV show. Can you imagine him with his own HGTV show? They'd be coming up to him like, so we've made an offer on this house, but they're not accepting it. Should we go 5,000 higher? And he'll be like, that's not gonna work for me, dog. I'm not going more than 3. That was horrible. That was a horrible Randy Jackson impersonation. Here's number 7. Honestly, this is every rapper for me because I've been listening exclusively to Hamilton for the past 5 months and exclusively to Hilary Duff before that. And you know I'm talking about that Most Wanted album. I'm not doing none of this newish she's got. This is number 6, and it's actually a video from Instagram, so it'll be longer than 6 seconds, and you're gonna be okay with it. And I laugh at this every time because I am a horrible person. But if you're watching Booty Talk, you already know that. This is number 5. Will we ever forget this classic TV moment?
2 of them playing. A lot of nice things in this kitchen. They're like, ow!
Okay, so this is number 4, and I am so sad that I could only pick one of these because this is one in a series that he does as this character. And I just really love it because it's every single guy I went to high school with.
Honestly, if your dad leaves an empty box of waffles in here, delete his recordings.
This is number 3. I had to include it because it's just so relevant. Okay, now my top 2 are the top 2 because of my initial reactions to them the first time I ever saw them. If you can't tell, this is a very selfish list. I chose things that I think are funny because I couldn't care less if you think that they're funny. I care too much about my own laughter and my own sense of humor to try and pander to you as an audience because I don't even know what you would like. You're watching this for me because I'm funny and because I have a good sense of humor. So anyway, I cry-laughed through both of these the first time I saw them, so here's number 2. And here is my number 1. Again, I'm a horrible person, but I still watch this anytime I need a good laugh. And here are some honorable mentions that did not make the top 10. The first honorable mention, of course, is Jeb Bush. Please clap.
Talking a big game without backing it up. I think the next president needs to be a lot quieter, but send a signal that we're prepared to act in the national security interests of this country to get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
Most of my life is me handing in papers to my professors and saying, please clap. This next honorable mention I chose because I thought it was just something we could all really relate to at this time during the semester. And this last honorable mention is just a classic and will always make me laugh.
And who do you think you are?
I'm a slithery little sneaky snake.
Hopefully all of these memes and videos brightened up your spring break in a way that at least kind of maybe motivates you to get some work done and get revved up for the second half of the semester. Over spring break, I will be binge watching Gossip Girl, House of Cards, and Fuller House. So be sure to tweet at me if you happen to also be watching any of those shows, or if you have any good recommendations for other shows I can waste my time with. I will be back next week with a full episode of Booty Talk for you. As always, I'm Haley Williams, and I read Postmaster so that you don't have to. Have a good spring break, and don't be idiots.